Tom, I'm Ariana. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Ariana. Great to meet you too.
Awesome. So it seems the second half of this season that Billy has a completely different energy. Like so much is going on, and it seems like this is actually the hardest time in his life thus far. But he's very calm. What do you think that brought that on? Do you think it's Turnstall's death? What? Why do you think he has this type of energy?
Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that. Thank you, because that is like where we wanted to take him was he's gone from being a teenager who's like from New York City, the slums of New York, to moving out west and losing his family and getting to this point where he met this mentor, John Tunstall, and thinking that he's maybe going to have an easy life finally, and then that gets taken out from underneath him. And so we wanted to, there's two ways you can take it. Is like he kind of goes off the rails and goes crazy, or he's like, okay, this is my life now. I have to like rise to the occasion. And we wanted to go that way because we wanted to see what happens when like the naivete is no longer there. He thinks he knows. He's like, I know what this world is about, and in order to stop it, I have to become that person. I have to become who they want me to become. And it's kind of a little bit. I do think of him as like kind of a superhero of the old west. Like, he had to do really difficult, terrible things sometimes in order to try and do the right thing. He kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, he's flawed. He's like Spider-Man, but in the old west, you know what I mean? Like he's not always like he can't always make the right decision. And sometimes it haunts him. But in that same vein, he can like find ease with it and he becomes more confident. And then it's so fun to watch him just like be easy with it. Um,
Yeah.
Especially after watching him for a season, like in season one, really struggle against it. So yeah, it was fun to play him that way too, just to play his evolution.
Yes. Speaking of kind of the superhero-ness of it all, it is based on a true story.
Yeah.
But there are moments that I'm like, this is just stranger than fiction that like how is he getting out of all of these situations? Is there a particular scene or episode that you're reading it and acting it out and you're just like, how is he still alive at this point?
I mean, it is stranger than fiction, but he is, he broke out of jail something like six times, and he only lived to 21, and he first got arrested at 16. So in like 5 years, he got arrested and somehow broke out of jail like five or six times, which is insane. Like he was just like he was so smart and so like wily. Um, and there's a scene, I won't give it away, but in this second part of season two that's coming out soon, there's a scene where he may or may not get arrested again, and somehow he gets out of jail, and it's just like it every time. It's so fun to watch him like find a new way to escape. And I love it. I just love like the ingenious way in which he did escape, and then also the ingenious ways that like Michael Hurst, the writer, comes up with to show the other ones that we don't know about. There's just a lot of imagination behind it.
Yes, yes. Billy and Jesse, they have to me just like the most dynamic relationship that isn't romantic. A lot of it is like, will they or won't they kill each other? And they have so many chances to kill each other. Like they're right there. And there's even points where they go out of their way to protect each other. Why do you think they have this relationship and that they won't kill each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big plot point of season two in general. Is that like even though they've now found themselves on completely opposite sides of this war, and they're both in positions of leadership, like leading troops against each other, essentially, when they come face to face, they can't help but respect each other because they've been through the ringer together, but they've taught each other everything they know. So it's really hard to look your brother in the eye and see them as an enemy, I think, even if they are on the other side wearing another uniform. It's like he Billy respects Jesse, and I think Jesse adores Billy. I think he like, he really sees him as his little brother, but also someone who like he kind of made him who he is, and now he's watching him soar. And there's just like this mutual respect which they can't get past.
Yeah, speaking
Yeah,
of little brother, we meet Tom in the first half, who
yeah,
like
yeah.
goes out the way to find Billy, and he
Yeah.
wants to be him. What do you think Billy thinks of Tom? Do you think he thinks he's an idiot? Do you think he kind of admires him? What's kind of their relationship?
Tom Folliard, I mean, if you read the history books, he is like such an interesting character in history. He's actually buried with Billy the Kid in New Mexico. And on their grave, it says pals.
Oh,
Um, Yeah, in like capital letters it says pals, and it's him, Billy, and Charlie Bowdry, who were like these three best pals essentially. And we have a young new actor called Pepe, who's a Canadian actor, who plays Tom Foley on the show. And he is just like, he has become the little brother of the group. He's like 18, fresh on set. I think it's his first job. And he's a great young actor, and we've all kind of taken him under our wing. And he is just like really stepping up to the role of Tom. And I think people should be excited to see what he brings to it. I love the character. Actually, I love the relationship that is building, which is like you can just start to see the Billy becoming kind of what Jesse was to him at the beginning, and kind of passing on these skills and kind of being tough on him as well. Like there's a few moments in part two coming up where Billy really is kind of tough on Tom, but it's because it's like life or death. It's like if he doesn't follow his lead and do the right thing, he could end up, in a really sticky situation. So it's also out of love as well, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. This is usually the part where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk to you about this again in future projects. But I actually talked to you in a week in Austin. So
Oh,
I'm
you
looking,
do?
yes, I'm
Oh,
looking forward
amazing.
to
Great.
this and getting into the nitty gritty of season two, which we can't talk about now, but I'm so excited to talk about. So I'll see you in about a week. I'm
Yeah, I'll
excited
see you in
about it.
Austin. Yeah, it was so great to talk to you again.
Awesome. Great. I'll talk
All
to
right.
you then.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye.